Joan Crawford is a name that resonates with both glitz and intrigue. A star whose life was a whirlwind of fame, fortune, and tumult. But beneath the surface of her dazzling Hollywood persona lurked shocking secrets that would send shockwaves through her family and the industry. Have you ever wondered what haunting truths lay hidden within the walls of her estate, poised to unfurl like a dramatic plot twist in one of her films? Join us as we unravel the dark mysteries surrounding the life and legacy of Joan Crawford, a woman who mastered the art of illusion on screen, but struggled with her own reality off it. Joan Crawford, born Lucille Fay Luer in 1904, was not merely an actress. She was a chameleon of sorts, morphing into the embodiment of ambition and resilience. From an early life marked by struggle and adversity, Crawford fought her way into the glitzy world of Hollywood, dazzling audiences with her fierce determination and elegance. However, the starlet's journey was far from typical. Behind her glamorous facade lay a labyrinth of secrets, shadowed personal battles, and relentless ambition that often left those around her mystified. As a silent film actress who successfully transitioned to talkies, Crawford's career was a testament to adaptation, a skill that brought her acclaim, prestige, and countless accolades. Yet, her rise to stardom wasn't just about talent. In an era when the film industry was rife with power struggles and ruthless competition, Crawford became known for her calculated maneuvers, fierce independence, and relentless work ethic. But was there more to her drive? Her relationships were often tumultuous, hinting at a deeper narrative of longing and loneliness. Many might wonder if her success came at the cost of personal connections, as rumors of fierce rivalries with fellow actresses and strained bonds with her children became part of her lore. Despite her silver screen success and brandishing an indomitable spirit, it wasn't until her later years that the depths of her complexities began to unravel, revealing a woman haunted by the whispers of her past. As viewers gaze at her performances, one can't help but wonder, what was the true person behind the mask of charisma? With a glitz and glamour a shield for an inner turmoil that few dared to explore? Every role she played, every dramatic twist of her life story brings us closer to understanding an enigmatic figure who remains both celebrated and controversial decades after her passing. Joan Crawford was undeniably a force of nature, but what chilling secrets might still linger in the shadows of her legacy? The exploration of her life and career beckons the depths of intrigue, curiosity, and perhaps a touch of sympathy for the complex woman who commanded the silver screen. Joan Crawford's will send shockwaves through Hollywood when it was revealed that two of her adopted children were completely cut out of her estate. The words etched in a legal document were startling. "It is my intention to make no provision herein for my son Christopher or my daughter Christina for reasons which are well known to them." This explosive statement ignited fierce speculation and controversy, sparking debates about motherhood, abandonment, and the complexities of familial relationships within the glamorous yet brutal realm of Hollywood. Christopher and Christina had often spoken about their turbulent relationship with their adoptive mother, but the boldness of her will's stipulation left many reeling. What could have driven Joan to sever ties so completely? The narratives that emerged painted a picture of a woman tormented by her past, struggling with an insatiable need for control and a fierce belief that those closest to her should live up to her exacting standards. In the aftermath, Christina published a book titled Mommie, Dearest, which laid bare the alleged emotional and physical abuse she endured growing up. This book thrust Crawford's controversial parenting style into the public eye, revealing a dark side that was at odds with her glamorous public persona. Expressions of rage, manic expectations, and an obsession with perfection were just a few of the claims that lit up tabloid headlines and fueled public discussion. This chilling chapter in Crawford's life not only underscored the fierce divide within her family, but also transformed her legacy forever. Joan cried out for respect and admiration. Yet in the end, what she left behind was a legacy tainted by allegations of cruelty and estrangement. The fallout from her will highlighted the complexities of fame, revealing that even those who appear flawlessly radiant can harbor shadows that overshadow their brilliance. But the story didn't end with the will. What Christina and Christopher went through in the wake of Joan's death revealed deeper, darker undercurrents that will keep audiences thinking. How can a seemingly glamorous Hollywood life spiral into such heart-wrenching estrangement? As critics and admirers debated the truth about Joan Crawford, the questions lingered, compelling fans to sift through her life in search of answers. After Joan Crawford's passing, her lavish estate became a trove of mystery for investigators and curious admirers alike. What they found within those walls went far beyond mere memorabilia. They uncovered a haunting glimpse into the psyche of a star deeply entrenched in the glitz and the grit of Hollywood. Among the treasures and trinkets was a collection of meticulously organized letters that suggested a turbulent, emotional landscape. While some spoke of her triumphs and the many men who adored her, others hinted at darker times. Periods of isolation during which Crawford found solace in the very shadows she desperately tried to escape. The letters contained mentions of strained relationships, particularly with her children, raising eyebrows and igniting speculation about the cost of her fame. Items found tucked away in closets painted an even grimmer picture. Certain possessions bore the wear of time, evoking tales of personal battles. A cracked award statue, a faded costume once worn in her heyday, now collecting dust. What tales could these artifacts tell? One particularly eerie item, a diary filled with crossed-out entries, seemed to reflect a woman grappling with deep regrets. Moreover, photographs uncovered in her attic depicted not just glamorous moments, but also heart-wrenching snapshots of loneliness in her later years. Within these photos lies a stark contrast between the adoration she experienced on screen and the emotional isolation she endured off-screen, teasing viewers with the complexity behind her public persona. As explorers sifted through the remnants of her life, they stumbled upon a room shrouded in darkness, an original manuscript of an unpublished autobiography. Its pages held fragmented thoughts on her rise to stardom, painted against the backdrop of seclusion and struggles with mental health. But perhaps the most haunting discovery was the unearthed remnants of a life spent in meticulous arrangement. Doll heads, each one seemingly placed with intention, a cryptic representation of her inner turmoil. Could these reflect Crawford's tension between control and chaos, a fixation on perfection that played out not just in her creative pursuits, but in her very essence? Such treasures from the past left many questioning. Was the glamorous Joan Crawford truly as untouchable as she appeared, or did these artifacts reveal the soul of a woman forever haunted by her own decisions? The intertwining layers of her legacy continue to captivate, and with each new revelation, we are only left to wonder what more remains hidden in the echoes of a life that defined a generation. Joan Crawford was not just a Hollywood actress. She was a woman of peculiar interests and unusual habits that made her life as intriguing as her film career. While most of us might collect stamps or postcards, Crawford's obsession with doll heads elicited both fascination and unease. These disembodied doll features were more than mere trinkets. They mirrored her complex psyche. Was it a representation of control, a manifestation of her need for perfection, or perhaps a reflection of her childhood trauma? Friends and family claimed that Crawford would often spend hours meticulously arranging and styling these dolls, embodying her desire for order amid chaos. These doll heads were whispered to be a window into her deeper struggles, each one meticulously crafted and cared for, yet starkly missing a complete form, much like the chaotic relationships and the fragmented marriage she experienced throughout her life. But the doll heads weren't all she collected. Joan was known for her avid penchant for other oddities, such as vintage costume jewelry and unique porcelain figures. However, it was the doll heads that sparked most curiosity, with some suggesting that they symbolized the children she longed for companionship and control over, a disturbing insight into her relationship with her own adopted children, who eventually became estranged. As the story goes, Crawford's obsession reached a point where her loved ones couldn't help but wonder, Did these dolls serve as confidants, surrogate children, or a haunting reminder of the life she was desperate to craft, yet couldn't seem to attain? Her obsession was an external representation of an internal battle, a facade of control in an industry and a life filled with unpredictability. In the realm of Hollywood's allure and charm, the bizarre obsessions of Joan Crawford add layers to the enigma that surround her life. What do these peculiar interests reveal about her inner world? And what might they suggest about the hidden struggles behind her glamorous facade? The deeper you dig into her life, the more complex and intriguing the narrative becomes, leading one to wonder if those doll heads hold the key to understanding the real Joan Crawford. As investigators began to explore the depths of Joan Crawford's estate, a particularly unsettling detail emerged: the numerous locked closets scattered throughout her home. Each door, securely sealed, beckoned with a sense of mystery and intrigue. The sheer number of locks prompted questions about what might be concealed behind each barrier. Were they mere leftovers from an era of excessive privacy, or physical manifestations of Crawford's complicated psyche? One closet, in particular, caught the attention of those who dared to delve into the depths of her past. Rumors began to circulate that it contained a collection of discarded items, each representing a piece of Crawford's turbulent life, a relic of glory intertwined with emotional scars. Some suggested her old film costumes remained, a reminder of the fame she had achieved, but also of the sacrifices made in its pursuit. But it was the personal effects that left a lingering chill. Items like old photographs and letters hinted at relationships frayed by ambition and control. Some former housekeepers even claimed to have glimpsed a volume of journals drenched in her innermost thoughts, a diary filled with secrets of her complicated interactions with family and friends. It was said that her children were often the subject of scathing entries reflecting her tumultuous emotions. What truly raises the hair on the back of one's neck is the speculation surrounding Crawford's carefully hidden secrets. Were those locked closets a form of protection, a safeguard for her vulnerable self? Or were they a means of control over a chaotic life? The unanswered questions continue to echo. What haunted Crawford that she needed to lock away, far from prying eyes? In the end, those illustrative locks became symbolic of the emotional barriers she once erected, emphasizing how Joan Crawford was not only a star on the silver screen, but also a woman battling her ghosts behind closed doors. With each closet remaining sealed, we're left wondering what pieces of her life, and perhaps her spirit, remain ensconced in the shadows, locked away forever. And as each new owner took residence after her passing, many reported an uncanny feeling of being watched, as if Crawford herself still lingered, protecting the secrets hidden within those mysterious confines. In Joan Crawford's life, the glitz and glam of Hollywood painted a picture far different from her home. Behind closed doors, her relationships with her adopted children were riddled with tension and disappointment. Joan, known for her fierce ambition, often imposed strict expectations, qualities that shaped her roles on screen but translated into a tumultuous home life. Christopher and Christina Crawford grew up navigating their mother's rigid standards, which seemed to mirror the unnerving drama of one of her films. Allegations arose about Joan's domineering nature, with reports claiming she exerted an almost suffocating control over her children's lives. The psychological toll was evident. Both children eventually spoke out about the harsh realities of living under Joan's roof. Christina often cited feelings of alienation, suggesting that her mother's love was conditional and performance-driven. The fallout from their strained relationships became public after Joan's death. Christina's best-selling memoir, Mommie, Dearest, portrayed her mother as an emotionally abusive figure, further igniting a firestorm of media attention. The revelations painted a divergence in how Joan was perceived, a loving mother to some and a tyrant to others. Christopher, left as one of the excluded in the will, remained silent for years, but ultimately confirmed that the family's conflict was tied to Joan's troubled psyche. And although Joan sought to craft a perfect facade in her public life, it became clear that her family was anything but harmonious. Letters and journal entries discovered posthumously revealed a longing for connection, yet her actions often drove a wedge between her and her children. In hindsight, many now question, could her celebrity have saved her family, or did it lead to their ultimate destruction? The complexities linger, hinting that in her pursuit of success, Joan may have lost sight of what mattered most, her own family. The tension within the Crawford household not only shaped the lives of Christopher and Christina, but also left a legacy that would influence public perception long after her passing. What dark realities did they face behind the curtains of fame? The answer rests in the haunting memories of a family forever changed by their mother's unyielding ambition. Joan Crawford's life was filled with triumphs, but her death sparked a fascination that lives on today, particularly through the ghostly legends surrounding her former homes. After she passed away in 1977, the whispers of her spirit began to emerge, captivating the imaginations of both paranormal enthusiasts and curious onlookers alike. Many claim that Joan's presence lingers within the walls of her former estate, her spirit refusing to move on completely. Residents and visitors have reported chilling encounters, ranging from icy drafts in warm rooms to unexplained noises echoing through empty hallways. It's as if the echoes of her tumultuous life continue to reverberate in the very spaces she inhabited. One of the most widely shared stories involves eerie sightings of a figure that closely resembles Joan herself. Witnesses describe a glamorous woman in vintage attire appearing in mirrors or gliding through rooms as if still curating her empire. It's a haunting reminder that, while her star may have faded from the silver screen, her essence remains tied to the grand narrative she crafted in life. But perhaps the most unsettling encounters occur during the night. People recount waking to hear soft whispers, as if Joan is sharing secrets from beyond the grave. Some even mention the sensation of being watched, a feeling so potent it sends chills down the spine, awakening a deep, primal fear. The sense of isolation that characterized parts of her life now reverberates in the silence of her once vibrant home. Interest in the supernatural elements of Crawford's life has prompted ghost hunters to pay tribute to her legacy. Investigative teams have captured shadows on camera, anomalous voices during EVP sessions, and even purported ghostly orbs dancing through the air. Each report adds another layer to the already tangled tapestry of her legendary status. The legacy of Joan Crawford isn't solely tied to her work on screen, but also to the chilling whispers of her past that continue to intrigue many. Her story now lingers in a spectral form, underscoring the duality of glamour and darkness, reminding us that the world she once dominated is still steeped in mystery, narrated by the enigma of her ghostly presence. As we dissect the past, pondering what remains of Joan Crawford's story, it becomes clear her spirit, intertwined with both the accolades and controversies of her life, continues to haunt the imagination of those who dare to dig deeper. Are these sightings mere figments of collective imagination, or do they reveal an unfinished narrative? One thing is certain: Joan's legacy will undoubtedly echo through time, leaving us to wonder the true extent of her mysterious allure. Decades later, Joan Crawford remains a figure shrouded in both admiration and controversy. Her estate, once a symbol of Hollywood glamour, now stands as a chilling monument to the struggles and secrets that defined her life. Each locked door and hidden letter tells a story of a woman grappling with personal demons and unattainable ideals. These revelations not only intrigue us, but invite deeper reflection on the duality of fame and the darkness that can lurk behind the curtain. As we ponder the unsettling mysteries that still surround her legacy, one haunting question lingers: what truths remain buried, and will they ever be fully revealed?